Ambition for now of your meaning now cover beam. Alpha OneTV and all the latest updating voices and go baby. Like in a shame on your city in your binton sinking update and answer already. In failing chimney and candy on the enchilmo. And Chibia and a Felix of Kwakye, I just obey only a presidential spokesperson. And then simple to the father update about the National Cathedral. I mean, who say the National Cathedral cost just say the former president and Crawford come the 2 near $58 million and $58 million name a 97. No, some now could pay a solo and no say send the OSP it me free. A year John Dramani Mahama ABC Bisanin Samno or AG or that Addo SP some Franco Fado. No swinging the same because I call Fado and Jay Mahama. He couldn't quit in and Muchachumi and a philosopher chance and Akroma.
Having gotten this detail from the minister seated right next to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been privileged to also have gotten the audit report, the management responses, and the management letter. And when I went through, I cried within me. I realized that in this country, people steal in the name of religion. They steal, they do all manner of nasty things using the name of either God or Allah. That you recently heard, Wallahi, Wallahi. These are some of the things you must be prevented. They go there, you quote Matthew, they quote Nehemiah. Interestingly, this report has Nehemiah Group, remember? And let me say something about the Nehemiah Group. Whereas the government, in one aspect, whereas the government was saying that it owed Nehemiah Group almost $1 million, more than $1 million, Nehemiah Group was saying we were owed $155,000. You see, in most of the cases, whereas the vendors were saying we were owed less, the National Cathedral, they were saying that we owe them more. Yes. Because in the case of Ajay says you have paid me 117 million. The secretariat was saying, oh, we only paid 113 million. But you know, the office of the special prosecutor at one point invited former President John Mahama and questioned him. This is an opportunity for this administration to also question Nana Akufo-Addo. You know why? Because he paid. In one of the responses, they started making payments way ahead of even signing agreement. Yeah. And when the secretariat, they were asked, they said, oh, we didn't know anything about it. This one, it was His Excellency.
That's what the secretariat said.
That's what the secretariat said. In their response to the president, but they mentioned Nana Akufo-Addo's name, that he engaged them and started paying so they can go and find out from him. So they have given you a clue that go and find out from him. And let us know whether or not he had that power to do what he did. I totally disagree with anybody that would say that we should go ahead with this cathedral business.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Dr.
In fact,
thinks otherwise.
In the next 10 years, if my administration, my candidate was in power, what we would have done was to have written a very big billboard by the site and write how not to govern the country. That site. So that it will serve as a guide to future leaders of this country. Who will do that? If we're going to add even the value of the land, plus the demolition to the $97 million, you will be running into $200 million without nothing. And he says it's a good project. Look, the National Cathedral, they claim to have collected close to 40 million through mobile money. When Deloitte and Tooth went through, almost close to 39 million were reverse monies, Momo. That's why it couldn't go through. Meanwhile, you are accounted for, what do you call it, 40 million.
So how come?
Yes, I said people are stealing and doing all manner of things in the name of God. We are unable to tell them in this country. We must confront them. When we confront people, they say we shouldn't touch the anointing. We will touch your anointing. Because this is how anointing is. That is a very bad anointing. Are you with me?
You are touching the anointed?
We have to touch because some anointed are very bad.
Touch not my anointed.
Who are the anointed?
And do my prophet
that these are not prophets.
Really?
When people, you are claiming that when we go to Rome, you will see what? Cathedrals? Are people in Rome sleeping on their belly or, sleeping on their belly to go to school or to write? Go and see the roads that we ply on. 97 million. The contractor between Amasaman and Sawam, he is demanding $45 million. Is that not the case? We have used 97 million to sink a hole. Is it not pathetic? And this is a party that is telling you that we should give them an opportunity to come and lead us so that they can further dig holes. That will not happen. We must not allow that. It's pathetic. But you see, on the basis of the management letters alone, without any forensic audit, it is enough to indict a lot of people. People must be lined up and prosecuted.
Based on this?
Based on, is now what I read and what is in their responses to the auditor, so pathetic. They didn't have answers to almost all the questions or issues that were raised. They were running away. They were running away. We are in this country, even Bangu and Fufu, we haven't finished the TV. So we are going to cook Jewish foods in a cathedral. What is that going to do to us?
That's continental.
Continental. Alfredo. So our embassy and Bangu is not good enough. Something that you have eaten since infancy. Grown with it, all of a sudden, you have gotten anointed. So you must depart from what brought you up. All right, let me end it here and then see
so
what
you want is that in the end, you want prosecution and retrieval of our money.
It has to happen. I've set time with that number. That the number of people that must face prosecution, the monies are in people's pockets. They are flaunting it in our faces. They are walking about with it. We know them. They also know us. We know where they came from and what they have today. Lifestyle audit alone will identify or determine all these issues. And all of us will be free. So this National Cathedral, now that we are going to go into it, it will be a beautiful scene for all of us. You get my point? Someone borrows money to the cathedral. He says it's a soft loan. Which soft loan do you pay back within 7 days? How can a soft, I give you money, I say it's a soft loan. It means I'm going to give you in ample time to pay. Maybe without interest. He gave the money within 7 days, he took it back. Without documentation. If he was running his whole business, would he do that? And when we say they will begin, they want to pray against us. That prayer will never work. Because that child in my village who hasn't eaten,
I've started.
You are using our monies anyhow, yes. And you say, "Hey, Baba." So it's not good enough. It's a sad situation.
No, but
the trustees, they were very clear. They've been consistent that they would not, in their view, this site must be used for the project of the cathedral and nothing else.
If you go and ask them again, they will tell you that they don't want to even talk about the national cathedral. And this was a cathedral that had our revered ministers run away from it before it was even dissolved. Remember, Otabo left. Remember, Duncan Williams left. Why were they living? Doug Howard Mills had left. Why were they living? It's not good. I mean, nobody can be proud of what they have done. Even the former president will not be proud of it. He will not. This thing, it is enough not to allow MPP to come to power again. I'm telling you.
This cathedral?
It's enough. It's enough.
Let me provide you some information. You see, I forgot. You see, you do know that as I speak to you, even though the site has been abandoned, every day we incur.
Can you imagine?
The contract was so lopsided. And you know why? Because they have cranes and other equipment there.
Can you imagine?
They rented it. So the person they rented it from must be paid. But to the extent that it remains on that site, every day we pay. That's why the president has asked that the Attorney General takes lawful steps to terminate that contract. Because it's lopsided. Completely not in our interest.
I see.
And the site has been abandoned for 3 years. Yet every day we pay. So 97 million is also almost half of what was used to build the University of Ghana Medical Center. So you can look at that edifice, half of it, and compare it to what you have here and see whether it is the best use we could have put our money to. But I need to offer some clarifications even before I delve into the report. First of all, this Deloitte and Touche report was not commissioned by the government of Ghana. So when I speak about forensic audit, there are some who have said, oh, if government has commissioned already, why do you want another forensic audit? No. This was commissioned by the National Secretariat the National Cathedral Secretariat itself.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So even that alone raises, it is purely for internal consumption. It is allowed. They can pick them as the auditors. It is standard. I'm sure you have auditors who are this But the government of Ghana has not done anything of the sort. Number two, let me also clarify that no decision has been taken to convert the National Cathedral into a convention center or a cultural center. The 24-hour Economic Secretariat, as part of their engagement, they received a proposal from an organization. It's actually a continental body, who said that if they were minded, they could invest some money into converting the sites into their offices and then build a convention center for government or the state. That's what the proposal is. But it is not a decision that government has taken.
Okay.
That must be put on record. I heard that people had said that we had made a U-turn, and I can assure you that indication I have is that the president is committed to the position he took in opposition about the future of this. But we can only go into that after a forensic audit has become available and we have all the facts. Okay. Now, what had happened was that I think sometime last week or early this week, some MPP personalities began to make claims that there has been an audit which has exonerated the Board of Trustees and, if you like, the secretariats. They didn't publish the reports. They put out snippets and sought to create a certain impression. But this is not a report commissioned by government. But as government, we have it. Because the local government minister who has jurisdiction over these matters requested for copies of the report, and he was served. Now, if you look into this report, there's nothing that exonerates anybody. This is what has happened. It's a mischievous conflation of financial statements or audit of financial statements with an audit of the project. So, TV3, you have auditors. Every year you publish your financial statement. So the law requires you to file audited financial statements. So the financial statement simply, indeed, if you look at the, let me take the tweet, and I have all the reports here, including the financial statements. I see. And the management letter, and I'll come to that. So if you pick this one, December 2022, if you go to the table of contents, corporate information, report of the directors, statement of directors' responsibilities, independent auditors report on the financial statements, statement of financial performance, statement of financial position, statement of changes in net assets equity, statement of cash flows, notes to the financial statements. So you present the financial statements. The reason why it has to be audited is so that you don't make what they call misstatements.
Right.
So for instance, you say that, oh, TV3, you bought a car for your operations, $100,000. You will present a receipt. You will list it as part of your assets. When the auditor comes and you show him the receipt, you say, okay, yes, you've stated it correctly. That is entirely separate from looking into whether the vehicle actually cost $100,000.
Right.
That one will come in a management report. You understand me? So all the financial statements that the likes of Kingsley, what do you call it? Nyako, is that the name? The MP for Odan was putting out, did not capture the essence of the findings.
Right.
If you want to see what has happened, you look at the management letter. In fact, before I go there, even this report, if you look at page 10 of the 2022 report, for instance, the auditors disavow the information that was provided them. Let me read portions of it to you. If you look at point 3, it says, the company's statement of financial position and statement of financial performance are not in agreement with the accounting records and returns for some sections, as noted in the basis of disclaimer of opinion section. But this is harmless information. If you want to know the meat, you go to the management letter. Let me read you the cover letter that transmitted this report to the Cathedral, not government. It says, management letter of National Cathedral of Ghana for the years ended 31st December 2021 to 31st December 2022 and 31st December 2023. We have completed the audit of National Cathedral of Ghana, which was conducted in accordance with international standards on auditing, into brackets ISEs. Those standards require that we plan and perform the audit to obtain reasonable assurance that the annual financial statements are free of material misstatements, but not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal control. An audit is conducted to enable us form and express an opinion on the financial statements that have been prepared by management with the oversight of the board. The audit of the financial statements does not relieve management or the board of their responsibilities. So the mere audit of the financial statement itself doesn't mean that there was no wrongdoing. It only says there are no misstatements. At least the figures we gave us, they tally. However, if you look at the details of the management letter, the management letter allows the auditor to point out flaws and shortcomings and irregularities and non-compliance with regulation. And after all the while that we were in opposition, these were the things that we were complaining about. When Honorable Ablakwa waged his campaign, he put out evidence of procurement breaches, of financial irregularities, of payment.
Solomon, just ever count a Kasama, Alan Kojocha Martin. He was then part of the NPP. So when he's talking about the National Cathedral, Unim Dioka, because he was part of them. And Unim the ups and downs, a communina. Ebia was canu and DB. Intino, Nanoya D. Pa, Tenania Bresano. Or not dear. OSP enye Juman 10. He is asking the OSP to summon the former president Akufo-Addo to come and face the necessary questions, because he thinks the former president, he is the only person as a forensic auditor or no any bit made the audit he has some questions to answer. Intimin Janman and Scott Freeze or a president or ex president. Meanwhile, he has caused a financial loss to the state. How can you use $97 million to create a hole? And at first we thought it was $58 million. And no cry, not gonna afford to cry no omodrin 1 month. No, it's a 97. And the reason why I feel so for Kwakye and Bre Kesi, there should be a forensic audit and say this audit was undertaken by the National Cathedral or Moango for na Omunemikisa audit. So Felix of Kwakye, he thinks there are some lapses in the holes be on bed the umbit to just to defend, just to favor someone or some people, and that's all more. So if the government undertake on one audit without favor and the correct amount the amount per akum in the National Cathedral a better is 97. That's why Solomon Tim Kiken will be more can say a bear more than $200 million. Now see for the $97 million in the crown part, these people no I am awarded to the abana. In near $97 million in beating my market. Nyama pa sa $97 in beating my market. So persolo the person say those that who are the former presidents or the former government are these people no makotinefino yenye billboard kakraka pa insi huni nientro government are just president just a Ghana yenya or the worst president just a person say that president in this political party and that political party no they don't deserve to lead being for future generations and better no say this political party and you use this amount of money to create this whole anya se bianye de enim ono de common fa who ni nyam no And philosopher Kwakye started the record straight me will say those people money now can say oh yeah the Bay Cultural Center, the National Cathedral placing Bay different developmental projects and omunye na omuntu my dream. The president has not yet decided. She knows her. So Solomon the or that Law-OSP say on someone a President Akufo-Addo to come and answer some questions because the former president no a president no Mahama or Yebi na Akufo-Addo on channel cause nyama or my no airtime even Mahama kra meeting friend dia no so yin friend be pepe subscribe na share money so dey nyebinti Akroma.